Oh, here we have two wheelchair competitors in the under 16 race. I think this is one of the first times we've seen this in West Park, in the West Park races. Number 719 taking an early lead there from number 724, sorry. Here we have race number 4, the under 16s, 3 laps, 2 mile course. And this one, we put the clock on this one so we can see what sort of time the young lads and young ladies are doing in this race. Obviously these runners will have been coached through local clubs. They'll have had a few years experience of running, unlike the younger age groups who went tearing off at the start. These lads in the lead at the start here are probably the stronger runners in the field. Not necessarily out to prove a point that they can sprint at the start, but to prove that they can lead the race. Number 875, number 718 there, looking very strong at the start. You notice the difference between these and the younger age groups was that they are looking strong. The younger age groups by this point had started to die away. They were tired, they were falling back into the pack. Number 875, number 718 there, both running really comfortably there at the front, pulling away very easily from the rest of the field. I think we could see these two in the lead or near the front at the finish of the race. It's only a 2 mile race, which is for an under 16 is not too bad. It's quite a short race really. 3 laps of the park this one. And here we are, only 2 minutes and 20 seconds into the race, and these two lads have pulled right away. They've got a substantial gap already, 50 yards to the rest of the pack, which is being led by a lady there, and the rest of the pack is strung out all the way back now. They've really stamped their authority on this race, these two lads in the front. Quite a few more club vests in this particular race as opposed to just t-shirts. Bearing in mind what I said earlier, that a lot of these runners will have been coached through clubs over the last couple of years. The coaches, the parents, the families have brought them on, and in fact even school teachers as well. They have started running at school, they have been brought on by their parents, and then probably joined the club as well. And really it's the clubs which get these young lads going, and the young ladies of course. Full credit to their coaches. The people who have very seldom seen athletics these days are the coaches, and they're the ones really who deserve all the credit. And here we see 2 Hull Springhead Harriers at the back for a change. I mean, the last 2 races we've seen them right up at the front there, but we have 2 of them near the back. We have one young lad here by himself at the back of the field, number 725, wearing an England football top there. Here we have the leading wheelchair athlete coming round after 4.5 minutes. I think possibly they've made a mistake in letting them off with not enough lead. In previous races we've seen, such as the Great North Run, the London Marathon, the wheelchair athletes have been allowed off with quite a substantial lead, so the runners didn't come past them at too early a stage. But I think in today's race they haven't let the gap be big enough. But this young lad is really pushing himself along here, looking really good. Here we have the 2 leaders just going past the second runner in the wheelchair race here. They've lapped him in fact, which shows that these 2 lads have really pulled away from the field. They've left the rest of the field well and truly behind, over 100 metres. They're running very strongly together, those 2 lads. We have number 724, the second competitor in the wheelchair event, obviously showing the strain of the event. Now we have number 714 from City of Hull chasing those 2 leaders, but I don't think he's going to catch them. It's a brilliant runner going through there.
Now move off now, Chris, slowly.
2 more Hull Springhead as we pull away to catch up to the leaders again. Again, I think Hull Springhead would figure to the fore in the team competition today in this race. Even though they're not up at the front packing the race, they're still running quite well together. There's quite a few more Hull Springhead vests. And there's the second competitor in the wheelchair event going through there. 716 in shot there, and number 1306 coming up from Bridlington Harriers. Bridlington Roadrunner, sorry, running quite well. And there we have the leader in the wheelchair event on the right hand side of our screen there. The first lady there running quite well. Right to the front she is. Number 807, number 714, who I think is in 3rd place from City of Hull. Now he's looking very strong, but I don't think he's going to catch the leaders. We've now got a gap of about 150 metres over this 3rd place runner. And here we pick up the leaders. The leaders have just lapped the back marker in the field, and they're running shoulder to shoulder again. Both looking very strong indeed. This is the last lap, of course, so it should be quite a good sprint for the line between these 2 lads. It's going to be quite a respectable time here for a 2-mile course. Bearing in consideration these lads are under 16 age group. They're catching 2 back markers there from Hull Springhead Harriers, 2 young ladies. With another one from Bridlington Roadrunners there. And yes, they're finishing together, as I said they may do. No sprint for the line, unfortunately. These 2 young lads ran round together. Good race, that's very sportsmanlike, shaking hands. Highlights the difference between the sport of athletics and such sports as football and rugby. The time of just under 11 minutes there was quite a respectable time. It is quite windy out there today. Even though it's a very flat and fast course, the wind will have had its bearing. And here we have the City of Hull runner, number 714, coming in 3rd place. He's on his own. A good run by City of Hull runner there. It's about time we saw some City of Hull runners up at the front of these races this morning. Number 807 finishing in 4th place there. Good run by number 807. He's looking tired, but he's enjoyed himself. Number 1355 there. Again looking tired. Yes, a sprint for the line between the first lady, and she's just pipped the post by number 716. Number 709, the first lady, past the post. And here we have Bridlington Roadrunners' first person past, number 1306. Springhead runner finishing fast there, number 1338, and the second lady, number 717, just passing the rugby player here, number 727. Hull Springhead again, number 723, a good run by that young lad. And now they're starting to stream across the line. Third lady there, number 722 from Hull Springhead Harriers. Hull Springhead have had quite a good turnout today. It is their race which they've sponsored here. A traffic-free course, a very good flat course here in West Park. The sun's graced this event once again. This young lady looks tired, and this young lad behind her. They're feeling the effects of the race. field has really been strung up by those two strong early runners who pushed it from the start. They strung the field out from the very word go, as opposed to the other three races we've seen this morning, which have been quite close together, the runners. These ones are all well strung out across the course, and this runner from Hull Springhead finishing really fast there, number 913. Number 710 here, another young lady finishing. $13.57 there, looks as if he's just walked around, but he's actually ran round, he's not even sweating. And then a brilliant roadrunner who's obviously enjoyed himself. Quite an interesting finishing post we have here in this arch, which is in the middle of West Park here. I think it could be the reason why we didn't have a sprint finish in this race, because those two lads tried to sprint for the line. I don't think there's enough room there for the two of them to get through in a sprint for the line.